the Traitors season 4 episode 8 last night. A lot of things went down in this episode. Let's talk about it. Spoilers ahead. This was basically Candace versus Rob the entire episode. I was really nervous for Candace the entire episode because I kind of expected it to go down the way it did. Poor Candace. I thought she was a great player. I think she's so smart. She was playing the game really well, but unfortunately when two traitors go against each other, I mean, one of them's gonna fall. And I think Rob is really smart too, and he just played it really, really well. So at the beginning of this episode, we see Candace and Rob meet in the turret, and they have some words. Obviously, Rob is not apologizing for anything he's done. Candace has some big feelings about him throwing out Lisa's name. Rob has some big feelings about Candace throwing out his name in the last round table. Both of them do not trust each other at all, and Rob is intentionally withholding some information where Colton brought up Candace's name to multiple people, but he's kind of letting her take the reins and deciding who to murder. So he lets Candace pick Colton, which I was kind of surprised by, but Colton has kind of laid the groundwork of making Candace look very suspicious. And by Rob not telling Candace what has been going down, he's kind of set it up perfectly so Candace will eventually be found out. We see in the next morning, everyone's kind of throwing Candace's name out already. People are very suspicious. Poor Johnny is a big fan of Candace, so obviously he doesn't really want to vote for her, but there are some question marks, and we see people coming in for breakfast, and they do question Candace at breakfast, like, why did you do a throwaway vote for Rob? She does explain herself well, but, you know, there's enough suspicion out there. Rob comes into the breakfast, and he, like, drops a fork or something, so later on, Candace is like, did he seem a little flustered? He's not usually very flustered. Maybe Colton and Rob were like working together. Rob was using him as a puppet, and so like maybe it's Rob. But I feel like it's too little too late because too many people love Rob and are suspicious of her. I did enjoy the challenge this episode. I thought it was silly and fun. Obviously you have some people that were acting out a painting, trying to get other people to guess which painting they were acting out. Some people did better than others, but during the game we see that Kristen got a shield, which I was happy for her so she could finally get like a good night's sleep. But Rob is really playing a really good game. I mean, say what you will about Rob, but like he really is doing the thing. So he lays the groundwork of suspicion. They go to the round table and multiple people are bringing up Candace's name. You see that Candace is talking about Rob and she's starting to kind of go for him pretty hardcore. And you also see suspicion is thrown at Steven. Also, it was a little weird that Lisa gave him like all of her gold in that one challenge, but Steven was like, oh, I just asked for it and she gave it to me. I did think it was interesting. Candace did bring up Natalie's name and she did kind of throw Tara under the bus, but she was like, yeah, Tara kind of suspected you, even though it was kind of like a group effort. And so when they were all voting, Natalie voted for Tara to be banished because I think she just had some hurt feelings because she thought like they were good. Fortunately, Candace tried her best to kind of put the suspicion on Rob. It didn't work. Almost every single person voted for Candace and she was banished and found out as a traitor. But unfortunately for Johnny, he's close enough to Candace to where now people are even suspicious of him. Even though he voted for Candace to be banished, people are still now throwing out his name. So we see later on when Rob goes to the turret by himself, he's basically told he has to recruit another traitor. So he basically tells Alan his entire strategy. He's like, I could either invite Johnny to be a traitor, throw him under the bus because obviously people are already talking about him. And he says I could invite Eric because he's really smart and I think he can help me, but he might also throw me under the bus like I did to Lisa and Candace. Or I could ask someone like Mark because Mark is super faithful and he's also very smart, and so we see him kind of trying to decide which route to take, and he ends up choosing Eric, who is completely shocked that he is a traitor. So people are not suspicious at all of Rob, even though his name was thrown out multiple times by Candace. I don't really understand why people aren't suspicious of that, because when a traitor goes up against another traitor, usually they're throwing each other's names around, and Rob was throwing out their name quite a bit and Candace was throwing it right back. So like, doesn't that make him look suspicious? It was really cute to see Eric kind of react to seeing Rob in his little cape. But yeah, so like that's what happened in episode 8. I cannot wait to see what happens. What did you think about this episode? Did you enjoy it?